Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new vlog. Sorry, it's a little dark in here, but I am actually like about an hour from going to bed. Didn't vlog yesterday, didn't vlog today. I kind of suck at vlogging in general right now, but it's because, okay, I feel like I'm making excuses at this point, but I just don't have that much I want to share. And so today I had a test. It went quite well, actually. Went really well. I think I got a 9 out of 10. Now, when I actually submitted it, it said 100%, and then I realized that there's some weird math on it. So, anyways, it likely will change to 9 out of 10 unless it stays the same. I don't really know what's going on with it. So, yeah. Anyways, it is Tuesday, October 15th today. I did some cards for anatomy and physiology. Actually got up to about halfway where we got through today, so hopefully it'll mean that I have less to do tomorrow. I have to start studying for my comms exam that's on Monday. I just don't really know how to study for that class, honestly. So I'm like procrastinating, and I need to stop procrastinating because I need to get those concepts into my brain, because I have a feeling that it's going to feel like it's very intuitive, but then when I go to actually quiz myself on it, it's going to not be intuitive, or when I do questions on it, it's not going to be as intuitive. I don't know if maybe the textbook's the best way to do that, if I should use the slides as like a summary. I haven't really kind of figured that out in my head yet. After tomorrow, things will be a little bit better. So I've got another open book test tomorrow. Those open book tests are like really hard though, and it's another thing that's challenging is it's at 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't usually think that well at 8 o'clock in the morning, so hopefully it goes okay. I'm just relaxing. I just finished watching an Instagram live that I missed today with Zubin. So, ZDogMD, for those of you who don't know who he is. And I love these Instagram lives, number one. He gets so passionate in these Instagram lives, like it's so authentic. And then just the ending today was just beautiful, and like kind of figuring out where he wants to go now with all of the social media stuff. And I just have to say, I understand, because your why changes for quite a few things when you're like dealing with this whole awakening stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna watch some more YouTube videos now because I'm in my relaxation phase of the night. I've actually found that not only keeping my meditation sessions and my workouts and all of that has been important, which I'm hoping to get one more workout in before I really start to feel kind of achy with my period stuff. So today I actually didn't do a meditation after I finished school because I had to do some scanning for some stuff that needed to be handed in. So that scanning is kind of like a meditation experience in itself. It's really relaxing to do. I don't know why I enjoy it so much. But I used that as my break, and then I came upstairs and started studying for other things. So yeah, it's good. It's kind of nice to be able to move spots actually a little bit. Only 2 classes on Thursday and Friday. So that's kind of nice. And then Saturday I work and can get some more practice in. So I actually look forward to work quite a bit. It can feel a little when I feel like I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with some of the stuff at school, but it's so valuable for the practice part of it that it's just like, yeah, but I get to practice for how many hours? So it's like I'm still immersed in the pharmacy world, which is one of the reasons why I wanted it to be the way it is right now with the whole working situation. The nice thing was today, although I was a little overwhelmed with some of the content with anatomy and physiology, there was a lot of it. There was a review. And like, okay, so I know I mentioned this before, but one of the things that is absolutely fascinating me about this whole experience so far with this program is how I feel like I've touched almost every single class I've taken in university at some point already. Like just the broad general degree, and how much of each, even the electives, like my random electives, like toxicology and psychology classes And of course, my physiology class that I took there, multiple physiology classes actually. Like it's just it baffles my mind. It's just like, oh, that's from that class and microbiology, immunology. Like just like people complain about electives in university, but when you take something and then you use it later on, whether it's content related or whether it's a skill or like whatever it is, this is actually content though, or something similar, like similar content or similar concept or kind of thing. Like, for example, pharmacology, talking about half-life, talking about toxic doses, and what does that mean? Like the the graphs of like, okay, what happens when a drug gets metabolized? What do you like the curve basically? And like where do you want it? What happens when it gets below a certain amount? You want it to increase again with a more sustained medication, or like a sustained medication is gonna be over a longer period of time. Like, and some of them even look like enzymes, how they're gonna like approach an asymptote kind of thing. And it's just like so fascinating to me how so many different concepts are taken from so many different classes and it's made it into a practical usage of that. It just baffles my mind, actually, because some of these are like toxicology is just a random elective. Like, it's not something I had to take for my degree, but it was an elective I could take for my degree. Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. So, sorry if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm just actually getting ready to do a workout. Try to get one more in here before I likely will be very close to my period and unable to do it. I'm struggling right now with diet. I'm petrified of gaining weight and I feel like I'm gaining weight again. So, gotta get back to this and be a little bit more diligent with my diet and try to get to stay as active as possible. It's really hard though, especially when classes go so late sometimes and then all you want to do is get work done so that you can then use your free time to do what you want to do. I've actually got 3 hours over the next 2 days where I'm hoping to be very productive. Now, one of them is that I start at 9, so I'm not sure how productive I'll be that day, but hopefully I can get going by at least 8:30 that morning and get at least in a half an hour before I get going with class. But like Thursday, Friday generally tends to be a little bit easier as it turns out for a schedule, so that's been kind of nice, at least for this semester. I don't know, that likely won't continue. I think what my plan is for tonight is get my workout done, then have a shower. It's kind of why I do my workouts when I do, so that I can shower and have lots of time for my hair to dry before I have to go to bed, because it sucks going to bed with my hair wet. And then probably once I'm done the workout and shower, then I will study, do some more cards. I probably what I'll end up doing is actually doing the cards that I have due first, just in case I happen to have too much going on with my head. And then also too, once I've gotten cards added, all I can do is quickly go through them. Just quickly hit the space bar when they're new. So I think that's the plan for today. It's not going to be a whole lot just because it's already 4 o'clock, but I think that's it for the update today. I'm just going to do my bike, listen to music, and then have a shower. It'll be either anatomy and physiology or it'll be communications. I haven't decided when I'm doing what, so I think I've decided though on what I want to do for communications in terms of studying. I thought about doing it a couple different ways, but I think I'm going to go to the textbook, and the textbook I believe has questions. And so if I focus on that, it'll give me the most important points from the textbook, match that up with the PowerPoints of what we've gone through, and hopefully that'll be okay. I'm probably just going to make flashcards out of those, honestly, and then review those like I do for anatomy and physiology, and hopefully that helps me at least be able to get a decent mark. Hey everyone, so happy Saturday. So I apologize. My videos are probably going to be a little shorter. It's not like I haven't had anything to share. It's just that because I've been so crunched for time with the timing of these exams that are coming up next week, I've kind of gone from school right into studying, unless I've had the ability to take a break by doing something else, which actually the other day I did actually get in a workout, so that was great because I'm very close to my period again. So, like, I actually thought I might start bleeding today, but thankfully it held off, so I didn't have to deal with it at work. But I've been taking a leave since last night because of the cramping, so that's been fun. But so back to the topic. I've basically gone from classes, which classes went to 4 o'clock both Tuesday and Wednesday this last week. So, like, 8 to 4 really long days, and then I'm having to prepare for these exams that are next week, which I have one on Monday. That is a class I've honestly been probably neglecting just because there hasn't really been much besides assignments, and assignments like the ones that I get in this class, I often tend to do at the end of the day when I don't have any brain power left, but I feel like I should be still productive. So, because of that, there was a lot of content for me to catch up on because we actually have 3 learning outcomes with an exam on Monday. And then on top of that, we've got the nervous system for anatomy and physiology. You guys know how much I've been talking about this anatomy and physiology class and how it's just so much information. Well, it hasn't changed, and it's still a lot of information. And nervous system, I feel like, is going to be probably one of the harder sections. And, like, we've done nervous system in, like, 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since the previous learning outcome exam, and we're doing nervous system, senses, and endocrine system. And we haven't even touched the endocrine system yet. I'm actually probably going to spend some of tomorrow because I've got my notes done for my communications class. Finally, I finally got through it. And I took the time to actually compare with the textbooks. That's one of the reasons why it's taking me a while to do it. What I did was I used the PowerPoint as basically like a summary to see everything that was emphasized in class because I don't remember everything. We have this class like once a week. I went and read each section that was relevant from the textbook and basically copy and pasted from the textbook things that I thought were important. And then I made summary notes, or I guess not really summary notes, but I made notes, but then it's like in a table of contents so that when I'm going through tomorrow, if there's something I don't understand, I can review it tomorrow and the exam is on Monday. So ideally, I would have liked to have been kept up with this so that I would have had flashcards and been studying it the whole time. Unfortunately, it just hasn't happened because everything else has taken priority. So with anatomy and physiology, I've still got one more PowerPoint that I can make cards for. I just don't know how effective that's going to be because I feel like I don't know whether I'm going to even reach the cards that I have done now by the time I actually write the exam. But anyhow, so that's kind of what's up with that. And then I've got some assignments I need to do with the computer system that are due on Thursday next week. So I would like to kind of get those out of the way when I need a break. And then I've also got to edit the video for tomorrow by tomorrow. So at least hopefully it's not as long just because like I haven't got a lot of content to share because I wasn't vlogging much last week either due to the same reason. So if I decide that I'm getting too busy and not wanting to vlog, what I might do instead is do a couple of sit down videos where I specifically do a video on like pharmacy technicians versus pharmacy assistants, things like that, talking about the differences between like what I do now and what I'll be able to do and that kind of thing, because I have a feeling I could maybe film that one night and have it as a video and still edit it and all of that lovely stuff. Content may be a little weird for the next little bit just because it's going to be a matter of, okay, what's critical, and right now my videos aren't that critical. Today I also worked, which was great because it's practice, basically. Counting practice, labeling practice, all of that. It's helpful. It's like I love it now because like I loved it before. That's one of the reasons why I went to school, but now it seems like it's even more critical, and it's nice to be able to go and do the thing that you're actually studying in school rather than just learning about it in books, basically, and being able to go, oh yeah, this is blah 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 from this section, and this is from this, and that is from that, and it's so nice to have that and then be in school at the same time because it's really helpful for reinforcing things, and then you see stuff in there that you have learned about in school or that you know you know of what they're talking about in school because of what you see when you're at work. It's a nice compliment actually to each other. But anyways, I'm going to quit my rambling now and I'm going to end this one for this week. So thanks for sticking with me if you have been through this lack of content-ish. And I hope to be able to resume a little bit more vlogging when I get the chance. It's just really hard too because a lot of this content, I can talk about it and try and keep it in my own words, but I can't really show it because of copyright and all of that kind of stuff. So I have to be able to put it into my own context and be able to talk about it in that way. Please do subscribe, hit the like button, and all of that. It helps a lot, gets my videos seen by more people, which is great for raising awareness, not only for kind of getting on your feet after being really, really sick, but now I kind of want to advocate for the pharmacy technician profession in Canada and even around the world because the scope of practice for technicians is expanding and is likely to expand quite a bit in the next few years, especially as pharmacists themselves have an increase in their scope. They'll need their technicians to be able to do more. So it would be really helpful if the public had an idea of kind of what pharmacy technicians do, because the only thing that I want people to understand is there's a lot more than pharmacists in the back of the pharmacy that go into helping making sure that you get the right medication. So it's not only important to make sure so that the public understands what all goes on in the pharmacy as much as we can share, but that there's a greater understanding of what's involved in getting a prescription filled. So thanks for joining me this week. Again, I apologize for the lack of content, but it's just really hard. It's hard in post-secondary when it's midterm time. It's always a busy time. So love you guys, and thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.